Yo, what's going on everybody? Chris here, just putting together a little documentary of a store that I'm currently doing. I'm starting October 1st along with my other students, so I just thought it'd be cool to put a little documentary on how I set up the store and everything else I've been doing with the store. So far what I've done today, I created a plan for my store and I've also created the name. I've outlined every single thing I need to do each step of the way for this new store. I also have a day that I've set that I'm going to launch it, which I believe is October 22nd, and I also have the amount of revenue I'm going to make in October and the amount of revenue I'm going to make in November. Obviously it's not the exact same, but I've sorted out how much I'm going to invest into my store and how much I expect out at the end. So at the end we'll see how it goes. Hopefully this store isn't a complete fail. I'm not wasting my time. I haven't decided what product I'm going to pick. Yeah, I'm just going to give you a few tips in this video on creating the plan and naming your store, as I've done that today, and tomorrow I'm going to try and do the same on everything that I do tomorrow. I'll give you a little summary and also what I'd recommend. So just in creating the plan, what I done today is I created the plan. So when setting up your store, you need to outline every single thing that you need to do. You have to have it all written down so you kind of know what time frame you'll be getting things done in. So I have from the 1st of October, which is today, until the 21st to get everything set up. Set up a Stripe account, set up a PayPal. Everything is written down on there, on everything that I need to do before getting into my store. So I've wrote all that down. I'm going to mark it off as I do it. I've also set out a plan. So from October 1st to the 21st, I have to get all that set up and done. So I have what I have to do each day to get that done. And I also have how much I'll be spending on advertisement from October 22nd to the 31st. Have it all written down on the board. So October 22nd to 31st, I'll be investing around 1.5k. Then I'll be doing an overview of the business, see if everything's going alright. On the 31st, to make sure that if it's not going alright, I'll have to switch up the product, have to switch up the ad, have to do something to make sure the product's starting to sell. Then on the board I have written from November 1st to the 14th, I'm going to invest 7,000. From the 15th to the 21st, I'm going to lower that down to 1,400, so I have enough for my other stores. For when it comes to Black Friday, which is going to be on the 23rd I believe, and on the 22nd I'm going to invest 2k because that's Thanksgiving, great day to advertise. November 23rd I'm going to invest 4k in the store to advertise. November 24th and 25th, $400, November 26th, which is going to be Cyber Monday I believe, $500, and November 27th to 31st another $500. So I just got this general outline because then I have goals to stick to. I know what I have to invest, I know what I should be expecting out of it. The amount I invest may vary just because I don't know what product I'm even going to advertise yet. But you just want like a general outlay, so you have a goal, so you have something that's motivating you to reach a certain number that you're trying to reach, a certain target that you're trying to hit. The whole premise of this store is just to set up, document the whole thing, to show you how easy it is to get a store from like 0 to 1k a day. Because I'm also starting the same time as you. If you're starting October 1st, if you're one of my students watching this, or maybe I'll upload it later to the public, and then if you're watching it then you'll see that I started the same time as my students. I'll compare results to them. It's just all about learning the strategy that I have. This one's going to vary a bit from the strategy I currently have, so I usually have a general store, I test products on there and then bring it over to the niche specific store. With the store I'm just going to hop in and make it straight niche specific. So there is a bit of risk involved there. Hopefully this store doesn't fail. I don't usually use this strategy, but I believe I'll at least hit like 20k in the first month, even if I don't invest what I said. So you should really create a plan for any of your dropshipping businesses, simply because it kind of gives you something to aim towards. It gives you something to set down, and every single day you're going to have to do a certain thing. Obviously you don't have to do it the way I done it. I have every day set out now what I have to get done, and I'm going to try my best to get that done. You obviously don't have to have that from the start, because you're just going to have a load of different things. Things can take any time. I just need to have that, so I have it laid down. I know what I'm going to have to do. Some people do it the night before, some people do it the day before. I don't really get motivated to plan every single day, so I just plan it. I sit down one night, plan everything, and then I go about doing it for the next 2 or 3 months, and then I set up a new plan. So yeah, I highly recommend setting a plan and then creating a name. So your name really doesn't have to be something too special once it's not niche specific. I see a load of dropshipping entrepreneurs say go with this name, like pets.co if it's a pet store. Personally I don't do that, because when I'm running a store and I want to go into branding, I don't want to be stuck to a specific niche. I want to be able to make as much money as I can, explore as many different products as I can, and especially when you're taking the risk that I'm taking now. I don't know if the products I'm going to be promoting is a winning product or not. So I'm taking the risk. I don't know if the product's going to be a winning product or not, whereas if you use my actual strategy that I'm teaching to you in the mentoring, it will more than likely be a winning product because of everything I told you, obviously. So an example of an old name I use, I don't want to give you the name I'm going to use for this store, because then you can look it up and copy whatever products I'm selling. If I hit a winning product, I don't want everyone to be copying it and then it's becoming oversaturated. But the name I used in the past was called the Zero. So what that really meant, it really meant nothing. I made last November 200k I believe from that store. I'm not too sure, but then I sold it on in December or January. And basically a Zero was nothing before I made it. There was no stores named a Zero, there was no Instagram with a Zero written on it. There was really nothing there. But that was in the watch niche, so if you look it up you'll see kind of how I structure my stores. However, I don't recommend getting into the watch niche unless you're going to be a brand. And then even if you are going to build a brand based around watches, you're going to have lots of competition, so you're really going to have a lot of money to compete with your competition. But yeah, back on the name, it really was nothing before I made it. It's all about making the name yours and establishing a name around it so that other people understand the name. Like Rolex, Ferrari, all these sort of things, before they were invented, they really meant nothing. They were just words, they were just letters put together. But Rolex, Ferrari, all these sort of brands made their name mean something. So with the name, it can literally be anything, just a load of letters put together. Once you can get the .com for that, and you can also create an Instagram with your name, then it's completely fine. Just don't have it too niche specific, because once you get into a niche specific name, then you're like nailed down to that niche, and that's not really a great thing, because you can't expand then in the future. Say if you can't find another winning product in your niche, you can't expand to other things because your name's too niche specific. So it's just limiting the amount of winning products you can find. You can't expand into new things if you have a niche specific name. So that's why I say keep it very general and just come up with a name like a Zero. So that's everything I've done today. Later on today I'll probably get the logo done and the email created, all that kind of stuff. I'll probably do my product research later on as well, which I've already made a video about. I won't be going through product research too much because I won't be able to tell you the product, because I don't want you to copy the store. And I've already made a video in the past that got like 7,000 views on YouTube. However, still not many people are using that strategy that I mentioned in that video. So I highly suggest you go through the second part of the product research video, part 2. That's really how I find all my winning products. That's how I'll be doing it later on today. So yeah, that's all for today's video. So what I suggest you do today, create a plan for your store, when you expect to have things done, step by step, what you're going to do day by day to get those things done in time for your launch of your store. And then when you're launching your store, how much you're going to invest daily, how much you want to see in return. So yeah, one more time, create the plan and also name your store. And again, with your name, don't keep it too niche specific, try and keep it general, kind of just a name that you make up. Once you can get the .com and the Instagram account for it. So yeah, that's all for today's video, day 1 of bringing my new store from 0 to what I hope is 1k a day. That's all for this video, and until next time, peace.